So, Miss Cellspex, tell me what's on your mind.
Well, the truth is, I have a lot of complicated feelings about the episode Amending Fences, which I've found difficult to voice considering how much everyone else seems to like it.
I see. Is there a particular story element or theme that stood out for you?
Well, I know how much everyone likes Moondancer for being like Twilight if she had never moved to Ponyville, and I agree that's very clever. And while I perfectly understand the eventual intent of why Twilight does what she does, she found friends and wants to share how much she feels that's made a positive influence in her life. But in the episode, it comes off more like she's trying to prove that she really is the princess of friendship, but that's not really the point. What really got to me was the way she was pressuring Moondancer to accept her even after she said no multiple times. It was like she felt Moondancer must be miserable being on her own, and she needed to save her from her loneliness, despite Twilight was like that for years.
Interesting. And you worry about what kind of message this could send to others? Simply assuming that because someone prefers to spend time alone, then they must be miserable and must need help to draw them out of their solitude?
Basically, but I admit it's complicated. On the one hand, I do admit that there are some people that are just not good at socializing, but do want to be included. It's good to invite people who you think look lonely, but Twilight just kept harping on Moondancer despite her protests and eventually setting up that party to surprise her. And to me, that looked terrifying. See, while I admit I've had moments where I wish someone would invite me to talk or something, I am also someone who can get very stressed out in social situations. A lot of times they're just not fun for me. I very much value my time alone and often find I'm more productive that way. I can't even do a Skype call that lasts too long. I've had a few situations in which people have pressured me to socialize or enjoy myself in situations where I was very uncomfortable and people were resisting my protests. I just feel there's not a whole lot of examples in media that show that being by yourself is not a curse. I can name a few that have done a good job. Winnie the Pooh is one. But in terms of the show, I know the most common rebuttal to this would be, but if they did that in the show, it'd be too much like Cranky Doodle Donkey. And yes, while it is similar, that episode still showed he was only happy after Pinkie Pie interfered and frankly tormented him in the meantime.